Hi, sleepyhead. It's 10 to 4. Sun's still sleeping, which is why you should still be sleeping too, sweetheart. Hmm? Me? Oh no, my love. Nothing's wrong, I promise. I just. Well, actually, yeah. I do like watching you sleep. I do it quite often, actually. Especially after we make love. Afterwards, sometimes I just stare at you. I hope that doesn't weird you out. Good. Hmm? Why then, especially? Hmm. Do you. Do you remember the first time we made love? Not had sex, but really made love. Well, that's how it started. That night, we went for hours. Slow and gentle, hungry and wanting. I remember us trying to touch every single inch of each other we could get to, inside and out. I remember feeling you that night, really feeling you, and really seeing you. It wasn't an exploration of lust for us that night. It was something far more primal and untamed. Our first pure act of making love and loving each other. Yeah, I can never forget it either. But for all the physical acts that night, that isn't what draws me back. It's the emotions that flooded out of me once you fell asleep. We had finished making love, and there you were in my arms, this absurdly beautiful, divine woman, just like now. And I wanted to tell you so much that night. Like what? Like how no one has ever made me this happy, even at that stage of our relationship. How I already felt like you were helping me grow into the person I've always wanted to become, and how I didn't just love you, but was already falling in love with you at that point. Well, yeah, now you know. I tell you almost every week. Okay, every other day, but you love it. But that night, that first time, I couldn't find the words, so I just stared. And I know it sounds silly, but at the time I felt like if I watched you long enough that my emotions, I don't know, could reach into your subconscious somehow and tell you all the things I couldn't then. Things that even now I don't think I could truly express. Sounds silly, right? Really? That that makes me feel better. Thank you, my love. Yeah, of course. I know I can tell you anything, baby, and I don't want you to think that I'd ever keep anything from you. Even if I don't possess the words right then, I will always get around to telling you how I feel about you, one way or another. Besides, that's not the only reason for watching you sleep either. Oh, well. Oh, God. This might be even more ridiculous than the last answer. Promise you won't laugh. Oh, Prinky promise. That's a rather strong pact you're making, baby doll. Be careful. If you break it, I might have to punish you with tickles. Okay, okay. I'll hold off on tickles for now. But remember you promised. So like I said, I didn't I don't just stare at you creepily because my brain short circuits to default mode and I can't form proper words around the most stunning creature I've ever seen. Well, most times anyway. But sometimes, God, this is gonna sound so childish. Sometimes I watch you so intently because I'm I'm afraid that if I don't, especially after we make love, I feel like you'll fade away. Like you'll disappear and none of what we have, none of the love and life we've made together was ever real. It honestly kind of scares me. It scares me a lot. I I don't know if I can really explain it. It's an odd sort of sensation. Feeling? Yes? No? Kinda? You remember that story I told you? About the one I told you happened when I was little? The one where I kept having a reoccurring dream about a memory I never actually had? I would go to my mom and would tell her in full detail about a place she said I'd never been to, and how I would argue with her every time I had that dream. It both intrigued me and terrified me at the same time. I felt like it was so real, so tangible that it couldn't just be a dream. But it was. For all the detail, all the assuredness that I had of that memory having occurred in the real world, one day I finally had to concede to it being just a figment of my imagination, a false memory as it were. Yet, regardless of its false nature, letting it go broke my heart in a way I never had words to put to it. No, you're not. I mean, this isn't like a figment of my imagination, not really. I guess I'm trying to grasp onto something that can explain this feeling I have when I'm lying awake, watching you, and it doesn't suit it accurately. This is stupid. Just, just forget I said anything. Because I can't. I don't know if I can explain it right. Not in a way that would help you understand or even I could understand. Oh, I know, baby. I know you tried to. That's not really what I meant. It's just the best way I can try to explain is trying to pin down that feeling and put a name to it. It's a sick feeling, I think. Anxiety, maybe? Do I think dread would fit better? Maybe, but not quite like that. It sort of settles deep in the pit of my stomach, beating off my own insecurities, gnawing at the places I hold you so tight. And it makes me feel like if I look away too long, if I don't know, etch every single part of you in my mind, my heart, my soul, if I can't protect you or hide you away, it feels like you'll slip away. Like I'll reach out for you and you'll just be this phantom, or you'll crumble away if I touch you too hard. Love you. Love you too much. I know. I know that, baby. I do. Sometimes, in those moments especially, it feels like one day someone will pull the rug out from underneath me and wake me up and tell me that you aren't real. That the we I've cling to, coveted, built walls around to hold off all the things that would try and take us away from each other. That the time we spent being together, loving each other, it was all just a blink of a fantasy, destined to have the bottom drop out, like so many things in my life have done. And the worst part of that feeling, that ache, dread, despondence, the worst part is that that part of me has been bracing for it since we met. And that terrifies me. It terrifies me because I sit up at night, staring at you, keeping watch over you, coveting you, and I think, what if that part is right? What if me bracing is just a manifestation of the inevitable, and I'm just holding on in vain because that reality, the one where you slip away, the one where all the places I hold you inside of me go vacant, vanish, and the world crashes down around me? A world being held together by my own delusions, insecurities, and most importantly, by you. And I couldn't. I don't know if I can handle that, baby. The thought of losing you is already too much to bear, but you, us, having never existed, and yet still having the lingering tangibility of every kiss, every embrace, every hardship we've overcome, and every triumph we've celebrated, every lustful night and soft morning, every I love you, knowing it was all. I couldn't. I don't. I don't want to know what that feels like. My world, my life without you, I couldn't bear it, not that. And I know how it sounds. The absurdity, irrationality, but regardless, it scares me, baby. But that's just it. I'm not even sure why, you know? Part of me thinks that it wouldn't matter if you never existed. Would there really be anything to mourn? Would I even have the right to? But I loathe that part of it too. Even more so than the others. That part of me that would feel so blasé to not even consider you worth mourning. Not consider us worth mourning. I feel pathetic thinking this way, and I sound so pathetic, don't I? But it doesn't stop that feeling in the pit of my stomach, so I do the only thing I can think of. I just keep staring, you know? In case, God, it's so dumb. I don't even know why. Isn't this a sight? I'm the one usually rocking you in my arms. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to start our morning off like this. It's just you asked and I didn't want to not tell you, but I also didn't want to just dump all of my silly brain goblin nonsense and... Only you can take me from a hopelessly romantic, foolish, blubbering mess of tears and a runny nose to a giggly, still hopelessly romantic and foolishly blubbering mess. Thank you, baby. For being who you are, for loving me the way that you do, showing me how powerful a love like ours can be. So powerful that I would lament my whole life if I lost it, even if only in my mind. And thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable with you the way I can't with anyone else. Even when I spill out my insecurities, my irrationalities, my fears, even then, now, I feel safe with you. I feel like I can relinquish some of the anxiety, the nagging, assumed doom that sometimes consumes me. Well, because only you could be the one to be able to calm the storms of my head and heart. You're my lifesaver when the tides pull me out too deep. Steady ground when I'm grasping for a foothold. And for that and all you do to ground me safely, thank you. And I love you. I love you more than words can ever quantify. Deeply, completely, the way you will always deserve. I will remember the next time I succumb to those feelings. And I'll remember how you're holding me now and how in these moments I grasped onto you, not out of fear of losing you, but because I have you here, now, real and warm and mine. I love you too, and will always love you. Can we stay like this a little while longer? Thank you. Because I'm not ready to let go either. And I never will be.